Hello everyone, welcome to Semi Homesteading with Abby. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's video. I appreciate you being here, and make sure to subscribe if you like the channel, if you like what you see, if you like this video, so you don't miss any of my homesteading or homemaking videos. We're doing something very exciting today because I am fully in the Christmas spirit. Now, if you're new to the channel, let me explain what is happening. My name is Abby. I live in basically a suburb with a little bit more land, so I have about 3 acres of land, but we're still in a suburb with an HOA. So over the course of my channel, I am trying to learn as many homesteading skills as I can. So I've learned like water boil canning. I'm trying to learn how to pressure can, although it makes me a little bit nervous. I'm trying to make candles and my own soap and learn how to dehydrate food, and all of these skills that would help you live more sustainably off the land, grow your own food, preserve that food, all of that sort of stuff. That is my quest to try to get there, to be maybe not a fully functional homestead in like a suburban neighborhood, but I do want to be a semi-homesteader and adopt as many of those practices and skills as possible. So over the last about 6 months since we moved in, I have tried to develop all of these different skills. Throughout the course of the year, I have kind of gathered a list of things that I wanted for Christmas gifts or my birthday gifts, because that's also in December, and kind of had this list of practical things that I would want to use in my homesteading adventure, or if I really decided I wanted it, I could buy for myself. So I feel like this was a very useful list for me, and that I would share it with you if you have someone in your life who is trying to get into homesteading. So we're doing a Christmas gift guide, even though it's early. You know, if you are for celebrating Christmas after Thanksgiving, that's all fine. Save and bookmark this video or whatever and come back after Thanksgiving. No judgment from me, but this is my practical gift guide for the homesteader in your life. Okay, so for all these, I'm going to link them below. So the first group or category in this gift guide that I want to talk about is Ballerina Farm products. Now, I feel like if you are in the homesteading community, you probably know about Ballerina Farm, but if not, go check her out on Instagram. She was like a ballerina at Juilliard and then moved to a farm. They have 7 kids, like amazing family. She makes everything. They like make their own grape juice and jam and sourdough and all of this stuff. And they have this big store where they sell their own beef that they raise and all these different things. But I was perusing her store because everything she uses, I love, honestly. And I found a few amazing things that I want to share. Okay, the first one is this Ballerina Farm Danish Hook. Now, I've seen her cook with this a bunch of times. She's like, it seems like always in the kitchen making something that looks just amazing. And this says it's their favorite go-to whisk. It's made with black walnut handle and it's tough enough to tackle lots of cooking. It's easier to clean than a traditional wire whisk, and it's guaranteed to be a pride and joy in the kitchen. I hate the little part in the whisk where all the wires join together and there's always gunk that gets stuck in there. And with this, she mixes everything super easily, and that is not a problem, and it does look super easy to clean. So I put this on my list like a long time ago, and I just think you can't go wrong. It's only $24, so I think I'm actually gonna get one of these for our like Christmas exchange Secret Santa gift, because I know a lot of women in my family are gonna really want this. Another thing on her website is a cast iron skillet. I know you can get one of these anywhere. I figured, you know, if you're just buying a standard cast iron skillet, it might be nice to support a business that you know and love, like Ballerina Farm, but really, you can get any cast iron skillet. I'm trying to move into cooking more with all cast iron instead of just normal pots and pans. I've heard it's a lot better and keeps the flavor and things like that. So I still need to research that a little bit, but I am trying to move more towards cast iron than I am just regular pots and pans. Another one from her website is the smock apron. Their smock apron is like a cross back apron, and you just slide your arms through, and it's honestly really cute and comes in a lot of amazing colors. So again, another pretty low cost, practical gift. Okay, moving off of the Ballerina Farm website now. One other thing that I realized that I really wanted this Christmas was big kitchen bowls. Now, I have like decent sized mixing bowls and they work well, but I have seen people with these gigantic, like ornate kitchen bowls where if you're making like a double batch of sourdough or a triple batch of something, or cooking for a lot of people, you really need just a way bigger bowl. And I think I'm gonna try to start making a lot more sourdough, and so this would be very useful. They're also just so cute. You can find really adorable ones for whatever your style is. There's obviously a big range of prices for those, but you can find some good affordable ones that people will definitely use. Personally, my extended family gets together at least once a week, mostly for a home church thing, and I want to start making like big desserts for them or big meals, and I think that would just be easier if I have some bigger bowls. Okay, the next one is a little bit more, maybe not unique because I have seen this on multiple Instagram accounts, but maybe it's just more focused on a niche crowd. But one thing that I have actually wanted is a lasso and like a cow dummy to practice roping. I don't know why I wanted this so bad. Maybe it's just my innate desire to one day have like a full ranch or something. But I saw on a few Instagram accounts that people were doing this just as like a fun activity, and I really wanted one. You know, it seems like in the summer when we're sitting outside on our deck, like I could just practice lassoing. Again, this might not be very specific to you or your homesteading friend, or you may not have the same desire to rope cattle, but that is something that I put on my own personal list that I thought maybe it would be a fun thing to practice. It's also really fun for kids. Like the accounts that I've seen that have these tend to have a lot of kids, and so it's a good way to practice their roping skills before they're actually on a horse. So if you have kids that like horses, this also might be a good fun little activity they can do outside. All right, back to the kitchen for the next one, because this year I have learned how to make my own butter. Now I don't have a cow to get the cow's fresh raw milk to go make butter, but I have practiced at least the skill of making butter with store-bought heavy whipping cream. It's a really fun process. I really enjoy it. But whenever I have made the butter, I've just basically formed it into very like rudimentary bricks of butter. They're not very cute looking. There is something to be said for like the rustic look, which I guess I can appreciate. However, I think for this Christmas, I do want some butter molds. You know, there's nothing wrong with having your butter look cute after you make it, and I think I'm to that point. Like, I was appreciating the rustic butter look, but I think I do want some actual butter molds that I can make look cute. I also want little decorative ones for parties that I throw or when I entertain. That's less homesteading related, but more if you're like the hostess with the mostess and make your own little cute butter molds. It adds a nice touch, you know. So I found a few on Amazon that I like, and I might be hinting at my husband to get that as a little stocking stuffer. The next thing on my list is gardening supplies. I, for one, am like a brand new homesteader. I don't have a garden set up on this new land right now, so I need to do everything in the spring, which means I need like every gardening supply: gloves, boots, shovels. If you have someone you're buying for that already has a garden, you might need to ask for more specifics about what they need. But especially if you're buying for a beginner, I think there's a lot of great options. You can even put like a seed pack together of different vegetables they can try to grow and things like that. So really the level of experience does matter a lot for this one. The next thing on the list is canning equipment. So pressure canners, all the pressure canners can also double as like water boiled canners. So a pressure canner is a great like multi-purpose gift. You can also bulk buy like jars for them, or canning funnel, or the little jar grabber tool. If you want more of a resource for them, the complete ball book of canning is always a great thing and really is helpful for beginners canning. Going along with food preservation, a dehydrator is a great gift for someone who wants to get into saving food and being able to rehydrate it later. They're a little bit pricier, but honestly not as bad as I thought they would be, so it is a good option if you want to get something a little bit bigger but not over the top expensive. A candle making kit is a great guide. If you go to my candle making video, I walked through how I tried to make a candle for the first time. All those things I will link again on this video, but you could put together your own little customized kit for candle making. Put a couple mason jars, a wick kit, some beeswax, and some essential oils, and you have yourself a really nice candle making kit that can be super useful for the person you're buying it for. Another great idea, I think, is a sewing kit. Whether they don't have a machine and you buy a machine for like a bigger gift, or, you know, a little sewing kit that guides you through the process of making something. For example, I got a little quilt kit where you can make a little swatch of Christmas quilt if you're a beginner. So again, depending on experience level, you can get a bunch of different things for this. You could also, again, put together your own like custom sewing kit with a few different pieces of fabric and a cute pattern and something like that. If you want to get a bigger gift, you could get a sewing machine, but it might be a little personal, you know. I think people like to pick out their own sewing machines sometimes, so make sure to check with the person if you're going that route. But there's a lot of things you can do around sewing. And then the last thing I have on my list, kind of related to the sewing, is knitting or crocheting needles and yarn. I know a lot of homesteaders, in addition to sewing, like to make their own like scarves and hats and things like that. So getting someone started with a pair of really nice crochet needles or knitting needles and yarn is just a great simple gift that you can make really, really cute in a little basket or something. So pretty much anything food preservation or crafting would, I think, be appreciated. So that is my practical Christmas gift guide that I think the homesteader in your life will actually use. I hope you enjoy. If I am missing something that you know is a very good gift for a homesteader, drop it below, because again, I'm just a beginner. So if you haven't more experience and you know what a more experienced homesteader would enjoy or practically use, drop that in the comments and I will be sure to add them to the gift guide. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.